President Trump actually doubling down now. He's asking NATO leaders to increase their defense spending to 4% of GDP. This, as most countries, as Blake just pointed out, aren't even living up to their 2006 commitment of 2%. Reactions now from the Wall Street Journal's James Freeman, MaxFunds.com co-founder Jonas Max Ferris, and Fox Business Network's Susan Lee. All right, James, let me start with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, here's the thing that I think people aren't really paying attention to. These defense spending budgets also, not only is it woefully low, but it's not being spent on combat readiness. A lot of the money that Germany spends goes to, soldiers and things like that. And I keep pointing out, 0 of 6 of their combat submarines are not operational. In other words, none. 9 out of 15 frigates last year are in service. 0 out of 14 of their largest transport aircraft were not airworthy on several occasions last year. 0 out of 14. I mean, we're just talking about, the list goes on and on. It includes fighter jets, it includes transportation helicopters. They are not prepared to defend themselves.
Well, I think this is an issue that President Trump is going to be discussing, if he hasn't already, creating forces that can respond rapidly to a hypothetical Russian incursion from the east. Now, you always have debates about how much do you put into readiness and how much do you put into long-term development of the next generation of weapons. But look, his language is often a little odd, but I think he's on target here. The numbers, I think he maybe should give them a little more credit, but it's absolutely true. The U.S. has been devoting 3.5% to GDP. Most of the Europeans closer to 1%. I give President Obama some credit as well. He really raised this issue, and now we're seeing a big increase this year planned for European defense spending. I think you got to give that credit to Trump.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I like the language that he used, particularly when he said to to Germany, guys, we're supposed to protect you against Russia, and yet you make this deal with Russia? Explain that. It can't be explained. Mic drop. It can't be explained. I mean, what's going on here, Jonas?
Well, it's not like Germany had a history of having battle with Russia and running out of fuel and then not being able to finish the battle, which has happened before. I will say getting your fuel from Russia is a problem. Now, to be fair to Germany, they've done a lot. Look, they're not sitting on a natural gas gold mine like we are. They've done a lot to subsidize.
But the point is, why don't they do business with us?
They're doing business trying to get solar power so they don't need fuel, but we don't deliver natural gas to Germany, and they need that to run their economy. And Germany, I mean, in Russia, which you see on all the natural gas in Europe, essentially, is where they're going to get it from. Now, that said, the real issue is, are these countries, and Trump's right, they don't spend what they're supposed to spend on NATO, but it's because we keep picking up the tab, and we just increased our defense budget by more than the Russian defense budget. So why would the whole Russian defense budget, just to put it in perspective, why would they want to pick up that bill? We're going to have to go down to 2% to get them up to 2%. And we're doing the opposite. So they get to shirk and play prisoner's dilemma. And they know at the end of the day, we're going to pick up the problem. And it really boils down to is, what are we really going to do anyway if Russia moves some fake troops into a country like they did? We're not going to go to battle with them anyway. So maybe this whole thing is stupid. And maybe Trump's setting us up to get out of NATO anyway.
I mean, I don't know what the world's going to look like 10 or 20 years from now. I know history is cyclical. I know that wars almost feel like, I hate to say it, but inevitable when it comes to human beings and mankind. And I think it's smart to be prepared for them. And I just, listen, natural gas, Henry Hub right now is $2.81 per million British thermal units. In the EU, it's $7.19. Russia is more than that, but Vladimir Putin last year said, make it any price you want. We want to flood the market. In Japan, it's $9.40. There are smaller European countries that are not going to Russia. There are smaller members of NATO that say, no, we don't want to deal with the devil. Right. And America is working on facilities to liquefy natural gas. We want to do business with Germany.
It's expensive to ship it over there. I mean, you have to cross an ocean.
From $2.81, it's hard to get it up to $7.22. I'm telling you, you can get it. We can transport it, liquefy and transport it, and get it to Europe.
Pipeline probably costs a lot of money
too. $6, right? And not only does it cost a lot of money, but the same folks out there who said it wasn't good for Canada and America to have a pipeline, okay with Russia and Germany having pipelines. I'm just saying these are our friends. The media keeps saying these are our friends. Why aren't they doing friendly deals with American business?
Well, okay, so I was looking at the statistics, and you're right. Germany, I think, is the largest European importer of Russian gas. 40% of Russian gas actually goes to Germany. But their argument is it's closer. I guess, you're on the same you're on the same geographical sphere, so for them it might be cheaper as well. And don't forget, the company that's actually building this pipeline with Russia, it's being headed by the former chancellor of Germany, Gerhard Schroeder. So there might be some politics involved.
Yeah,
well, there's
and I
definitely
bet you
economics
that
in
is part of that Trump-Merkel discussion. They both know that she was not the one who put this deal together. She was not the one who said, let's be totally dependent on Vladimir Putin. I think they probably are. Let's hope, talking about U.S. developing those LNG terminals. Let's feed Europe. That's good for them, good for us, bad for Putin.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're a long ways from them, but we actually buy a lot of stuff from them too, including a lot of luxury cars. So, I mean, you know, that's
Yes.
we have more natural gas than anyone in the world, and we get it far cheaper. Even if you add transportation costs to it, I think we could compete if they would do the deal with us.